What's going on, guys? It's your boy Isaac. I hope you guys are doing well. In this video today, I'm going to show you why soldering is super important, and I think soldering is another way to bring revenue into your repair shop. Super profitable, low startup costs. Obviously, you still have to learn how to solder, so if you took a soldering class or had an instructor show you, that is something that you'll probably spend more money in. And then obviously the machines that you have to buy and microscopes, it's expensive, but it's not like, too expensive to where the playing field of people getting into it is there's an unfair advantage. No. So real quick, I want to show you guys real fast. So I'm on MobileCentric's website right now. They're a vendor. I'm pretty sure most of you guys have heard of them. This is a Galaxy S7 flex cable charging port that has the charging port already built in right here in the middle right here on the flex part. So this is like the daughter board basically. So as you can see, if I go ahead and click on it, on the back side of it, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, where this magnifying glass is at, where I'm trying to make this magnifying glass go, right here where these 4 solder points are, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, this is already soldered onto the daughter board. And before we started getting to soldering, we had to physically remove the display from the Galaxy S7. And most of you know, depending on during this time, even when the phone first came out, that was a hard task. Now, obviously, it's a lot easier with machines and stuff, but just taking the screen off in general, there's even repair shops that do this now. They will still take the displays off just to swap this charging port out. So then we got into soldering. I took a class, and then I had some of my tech state classes, and then we were able to stop doing this. And mind you, too, the part up here in the corner where it says $2.33, at this time it was a lot more. I mean, the part was probably like $9 to $12, maybe to $15, depending on the type of quality of flex it was. I'm pretty sure if it was an like OEM top, quality as close to OEM as possible, that's going to run you like $14. So this right now obviously is a lot cheaper because a lot of people don't have it, but have the device. But this is one of the things to where, if you know how to solder, if we go look at what just the pieces just to solder on, yes, it's about to be $1 cheaper, but you don't have to worry about the liability now of lifting up their screen if you still didn't want to do that. And obviously, you got to be skilled to do soldering, yes. But most of these repairs, depending on how skilled you are, even if I would say you're above, just a little bit above intermediate, you're going to be able to pull some of these Samsung quality soldering jobs off. So, like I said, it's one of those things to where you can learn it if you're willing to put into the work, and the profit margins are there. Obviously, not a lot of people have the Galaxy S7. I get that. But this is just an example of the phones that you might see. What if something comes in for a data transfer and you need to hook it up, and let's say, for example, you didn't have any of those flexes in stock, or you had to pull off of something else, let's just say, and you didn't want to order it. You know how to solder it, but go ahead and switch the port over and solder it on. You're skilled at this. You know this. What if a tech is working on even just the board and they botch something and you have to replace it? You know, you're skilled. You know how to solder. You don't have to worry about it anymore. These are all things that can save you with soldering. There's a lot of things that if my tech had messed up, I was able to save it and solder it and spend pennies on the dollar for the part, so I could get the customer taken care of because we knew how to solder in our store. So obviously this is Galaxy S7. This right here is some of the newer devices. So like on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, obviously, they made this to where the board still had the charging port attached to it. You can see right here, the little solder point right here in the corner. They've already attached the charging port to the board. It's right here where it says number 2 written on the port itself. And this is, not that expensive, $6.68. That's really, 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 really good. So that's an example. And then another example I want to show you too is on the iPhone XRs. Obviously, for some of you guys that are doing iPhone 10R replacements on the earpieces. These earpieces that are attached to the Face ID, there's 2 points on the speaker, but you're required to solder this off and solder it onto a new speaker. So, for example, we see a lot of these right now on the iPhone XRs coming in our store, and we charge, I think it's either $69 or $79 to solder on a new one on their Face ID and get them taken care of, because those speakers do short. So I want to show you guys right here this margin calculator that I popped up. Let's say if we were going to spend about $12.50 on the cost of the part. Let's factor in shipping on this. And we're charging them $79 to do the screen replacement. So $12.50 for cost, $79 what we're charging. This doesn't include taxes, things like that. Our margin is going to be 84% on that repair, which is fantastic. And then our profit is going to be $66.50. And this takes, I would say, our average tech about maybe tear down off the screen, take off the flex, desolder the speaker from the old flex, prep the new speaker, solder the new speaker to the old flex so we don't ruin the Face ID, install it on the screen, put the screen back on, put the water seal back in, test everything, and then when we're done testing everything, we shut it. That, I would say, for me, that's going to take me about not even 20 minutes. For other techs we have in our store, maybe about a half hour. So right there, for a half hour's work, $66.50. I don't know where else you're going to make that type of money within a half an hour. And that is a beautiful example on why soldering is going to be a big thing down the road. We don't see it now because a lot of things are swappable. But once these manufacturers start to make things solder together, more solder together, you're going to have this skill of learning. Even with refurbishing, if you're doing backlights and stuff, that's important too. So let's moving on. A lot of people are going to ask me what are good soldering machines and good soldering stations. I recommend this brand. It's called Haku or Hako, however you say it. We get a lot of our machines from here. A lot of the Hako stuff or Haku stuff can be found on Mobile Centric site, other vendor sites. I'll put a lot of the vendors that carries some of this Haku equipment on here, but this is a direct website. I'll also put their direct website on here. I'm pretty sure you can deliver straight from them. Good quality machines. I've never had any problem. This video is not sponsored, nothing like that. I just never had any issues with our Hako equipment. Very good quality stuff. Obviously, they're a little bit more on their pricier end. Like for us to get set up with a general soldering station, rework station, microscopes, things like that, I probably spent around maybe $1,500 for 2 stations. But I got a heck of a deal, and we've made our money back. We literally, like within the first week, not even within the first couple of days, depending on how many repairs we got and how complex they were and what we charge to do those repairs. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys take this to heart and start getting into soldering. You're going to really, if you start to offer that service in your store, or even if you start to do it on the side and you learn and you're skilled at it, you're going to start to bring in some good income and for, not that much work. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Every time I step up in the place, you know that I'm supposed to be here just by the look on their face. Man, I move around too much and don't say